Dire team ban. Dire team ban.
Earth Spirit.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Beastmaster.
Dire team pick.
Lion.
Complexities turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Juggernaut.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Complexities turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm gonna do camera shot.
Complexities turn to ban.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the TI6 American Qualifiers. We are here with FDL versus Complexity Gaming, game number 2. FDL 1 loss away from being eliminated from the tournament and the running, of course, of TI6. So a big game for them for Complexity, 1 game away from getting a berth to, of course, either the wild card for TI6 or actual main event. And of course, my name is Mott, joined today by none other than Blitz Dota. Blitz, can you hear me loud and clear? Hello. Good, excellent. We had some troubleshooting in between the game, last game, Brian and I, so I apologize for whatever was going on there. But how do you feel after that first game? That was a bit of a stomp. Actually, it wasn't a bit of a stomp. It was all of a stomp. How do you feel about FDL's chances moving into game number 2, my friend?
Complexities turn to pick.
Don't be shy. Okay. Okay.
Ten seconds remaining.
Well, let's take a look at the draft. How about that, Blitz? And then let's decide from there what you think's happening based off of the draft right now. And again, it's the Earth Spirit Jug 1-2 punch for Complexity again. And this time FDL go for the Beastmaster line, but they pick up the Wyvern. Draft-wise, this is extraordinarily similar from both teams.
Lich.
Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining.
Right. They certainly have that. It's,
5
we'll see how
seconds
things
remaining.
transition as the Lich has been picked up from Complexity, so sacrifices there if they want to maybe try to go for
Reserve time.
just a dual lane mid or just to crush whatever lane they send that Lich into. Lich isn't picked that often, and I want to get your thoughts on the hero because he used to be one of those top tier picks before he got nerfed back around 6.87 C or what have you. I can't remember exactly what patch it was, but how do you feel about the Lich pick overall in this particular game? Yeah, he had like 1 or 2 good pro games, and then everyone's like, well, I guess he's done now. I guess he's just nerfed to oblivion.
Complexities turn
Yeah.
to pick.
It was balanced. Yeah. You'd be in like a tri lane and your levels would be absurd just because of your
10
sacrifice.
seconds remaining.
And then you were level 6 super quickly, and it was tough to deal with the Lich at that point in time. He's still strong, obviously. He still gets plenty of experience from those range creeps, but not nearly as much as he used to. But what do you think about in this game in particular? Because he's obviously very good against he's with ice armor, very good against physical damage, which is there's not much of going on with the exception of the Death Prophet and the Beastmaster and his Necro units. So what's the Lich pick here for? What are they trying to get done with this for Complexity? Mm-hmm. Right. Right. That certainly does help. You want a hero that is dominant in the laning phase. Lich is up there in terms of the best of them, at least for supports. It gives you sort of a defensive capability, and this is something that Fluff was talking about on the panel earlier, was that the 4 position often being the aggressive support, the 5 position being more defensive. And you can see that for FDL with the Winter Wyvern being played in the 5 and the line being played in the 4. Complexity, they pick up the Doom for themselves now, and that looks to be the offlane Doom for Swindle Melons. Now, it's important to note, guys, that if you watch the earlier game in the group stages, Doom was played by Swindles, and guess what? He died 6 times in, I think, the first 10 minutes of the game, and that proceeded to, I wouldn't say lose the game on his own, but it certainly didn't help the fact that they were already down, and FDL maybe can abuse that fact. Maybe they can abuse Doom played by Swindles, especially with the Death Prophet now picked up. And what do you think about this pickup for Complexity with the Doom now coming out for them? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He tweeted about it a long time ago, I think. And then in that Doom game, he just kept going back to that offlane, and he needed to learn that lesson, and he learned it, I think, more than anybody could learn that lesson in that game. I don't see him getting caught out and getting killed, especially now that he's on the Radiant side for Complexity, and he'll have some room to work with. There's no real jungling heroes for Complexity either, so he doesn't have to split the jungle with anybody. He should be fine with an Iron Talon, which I imagine is what he's going to pick up here, but we're waiting now for Complexity's mid lane pickup, whether it's Limp or Chessie remains to be seen. Chessie played the Juggernaut last game, so I imagine he'll do so the same this game, and now it comes down to what are you going to pick up against the Death Prophet, and really how's that matchup going to go?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's tough to lane against. But thoughts on
Reserve time.
what? Don't you just feel like that anyways, though, regardless of who you are? But
10 seconds remaining.
I speak for the trees.
what? The Nature's Prophet potentially? No, it's more than likely the mid lane Juck, I would say, and then off lane Nature's Prophet, safe lane Doom, or vice versa. Okay, off lane Doom, mid lane Jug, and that makes sense. And I actually am okay with a Jug in the mid lane against this Death Prophet. Blade Fury will be able to help. He has Healing Ward later on down the road, which will be able to help him out as well, even with Spirit Siphon up. He does good damage. He should be able to CS, but he's not going to be able to trade with the DP, I don't believe, is really my biggest fear for the Juggernaut in this case. But Jug is just... he's a fine mid-hero, right? We've seen him played there before, and a lot has really worked out for Blitz.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Naga Siren.
Mm. Mm. Do you mean for complexity, right? For FDL? Okay. Yeah, that was the biggest issue. That's the hardest thing for them too. I mean, and that's the good thing for complexity is that Swindles can find levels no problem. You have Lich with Sacrifice, so he's going to inevitably get levels. It's really just the Earth Spirit. And again, we've seen Earth Spirits a lot like bounty hunters. Just they'll miss out on experience at the beginning of the game, and then all of a sudden they will of course be able to just skyrocket out of control by getting a couple of good kills or what have you. But we're into the game now, Blitz, and give me a prediction. Give me a thought onto who you favor in this draft, and can FDL take this game?
Yes.
You sounded like you're so stressed saying that. Oh yes, God, I don't know.
No, I was thinking about it. I think this game they have the better, not the better lineup, but I think they have a better lineup than they had last game. That's what I should say.
Okay.
Like, I think they have a better chance of winning this game than they did the last one.
I would agree. I actually really like this lineup for FDL. I think the Death Prophet pick is always a good choice, for no matter the team, especially on Dire side. Playing around Roche is huge now, and with, of course, the Naga, it'll help. Of course, you can have the 4 Protect 1 style of gameplay going your way. We'll look at the predictions for now. First players to get 15 denies is probably going to be, I would imagine, CC or one of the safe laners. Who do you think? First to 15 denies.
First to 15 denies?
Yes.
I will say the Jug.
Okay, I'm down for that. If I can find it, Limp.
No, it's not going to be the Lich. There's no way.
Okay. Total number of
Sacrifice is
smoke ganks, 0 to 4. And then player with the least amount of deaths is, I'm going to say, CC. Naga. Naga Siren. I put Naga. That might have been a mistake. I don't know. I'm not going to predict that in all honesty. I would like to see a game 3 is what I'll say. And that way I stay. I am, I really am. It's like how we played Blackjack, dude. You just got to go in and not question it. Don't think about it and just hit, essentially. No, well, either way, right now, this is some interesting laning setup as MJW is going to be solo safe, and Lich will go up against him along with the Doom from Swindles. Then down bottom, it'll be another dual lane. Bisa is going to be flying up with an Naga Siren, and he's going to have a tri-lane next to him, although it doesn't seem to see that Complexity has any understanding of this. And Z-Freak is going to head over towards that mid lane. It's going to be the Jug versus the Death Prophet, which is going to be a pretty interesting matchup for me, and it looks like he's already actually doing well in CS right now, as CC has not gotten any. Crypt Swarm will get him the CS, but he does take some damage. It doesn't do any damage. Meanwhile, top lane, it looks like MJW is going on Hanskin. Bottom lane, and there's going to be some trees made, and now it looks like Complexity are aware of the fact that FDL are tri-laning bottom.
I think this tri-lane idea is pretty good. They're dodging the Doom Lich, which is incredibly strong. MJW doesn't care too much.
Yeah, in the safe lane. You can't let your tier 1 tower go down. You kind of have to contest farm. Even if it's a 2 versus 1 in the lane matchup, that's not great. He's not going to get nearly as much farm as we would see like just a free farming jungling Beastmaster. And he might even die. If there's a rolling boulder coming through from Z-Freak. Goes wide right, and MJW will take the Inferno Blade. He has 6 tangos, so plenty of regen. And it seems as if Complexity are starting out well, at least in terms of the CS department. Death Prophet has to catch up a little bit because she didn't start out too well. Limp has done a nice job of denying. He's sending out right now 3. But 6 last hits down coming out. Meanwhile, MJW top lane Frost Blast. They're going to get the Inferno Blade off, and this should be your first blood. And one more right click to get the job done for Swindles. They give it to the correct player in that situation. And there's nothing else really going on. So the aggressive trial line coming out down bottom for FDL, not successful in getting that one done.
That's pretty surprising to me that they were able to just grab the kill on that, but again, this is just unfortunate because the Beastmaster, he really just doesn't want to be here more than anything. This sucks for him. Like, this Beastmaster player is thinking to himself, man, I'd rather just be in the jungle doing jungle things.
He's like, I'm not even supposed to be here today. MJW is just level 3. It's not great. Rolling boulder in. CC getting TP'd on. This could be a huge kill. Boulder smash. The courier, no! They'll lose bats. They might lose the kill on the Death Prophet. Luckily, he does get his bottle delivered. But that is some extra gold going the way of Complexity that FDL cannot afford to make these mistakes. This is an elimination game for them. And MJW getting caught again. But top lane, TP's coming in. And it will be the Winter Wyvern here to help out. But, well, at least they don't lose the Death Prophet mid. Exactly. What do I do with all of this gold? Seriously, I mean, he has arcanes already. I mean, with arcades, do you think he might go for those Guardian Greaves? Because that's the only situation where you see the mech come out, I think, for the Doom. Is that his choice? Okay. Spirit Siphon, CC will try to dodge the gank, but he'll be unsuccessful in doing so. They rotate 4 heroes in. The global presence of a Nature's Prophet, not to mention with the amount of damage they have from everybody in that lane, and of course Z-Freak's catch potential. CC, that is a huge death. He wasn't having the best mid lane against that Jug, and then he goes down on top of all of that. And again, CC needs to have a big game, and it's just not happening now.
Yeah, we talked about how much he didn't want to have this bad laning phase on this Death Prophet. It does matter quite a bit because now you're in a position as a Death Prophet where you want to play aggressively at all times. Like, all of your skill set lends to playing aggressively, Moth. This is not a defensive sit-back hero.
Right.
So now his timings are slowed down quite a bit. He doesn't have boots even, so
Lots of bad stuff. And the good thing, the one lone bright spot is Visa playing the carry again, having 38 CS. But this is another hero that takes time to ramp up, much like the Morphling did last game. And I mean, you have Song, you have some good damage with Riptide, but I don't see how effective he's going to be in this mid game as we progress through here. What does Bisa? What can Bisa offer? You know, if we're sitting 15 to 20 minutes in, and he's sitting only on a few small amount of items.
I mean, it's okay because eventually he's gonna catch up, and he's gonna be okay. It's just the rest of okay.
Oh god.
They're gonna lose Stand King as well, possibly.
Yeah, they should die.
Another Frost Blast. Yep.
He's dead. It looks like a Boulder Smash, probably not needed. He doesn't even have it, so it's 2-for-0 exchange once more, and Omni Slash used for great effect for Complexity, and well,
He sounds so sad.
I'm glad that Complexity are performing well because again, it's like they're you know, they got over the hump of losing to FDL earlier on in the tournament. They can come back in with fresh momentum against DC if they do win the series. But you feel for FDL because they were, you know, a lot of people were talking about, hey, this entire qualifier, this regional qualifier is based off of 3 really good teams. And I thought, okay, FDL, I'll hold that thought, as MJW might be another kill going the way, and he almost does get denied to the neutrals. Unfortunately, there was no such luck. And meanwhile, the Juggernaut does take that tier 1 tower down. But FDL, the way they're performing is not how good they actually are. They're not performing up to the standards that I think they've set them for themselves. They will find a song at a Swindles, and so Beast is already getting involved. He's got even a point in his snare, and they might need to use it. The air spike will come out. Swindles is very tanky. Cryptstorm comes through. Arcanes, and he will go down to Stand King. Meanwhile, that's it. That's the trade. I mean, the Doom pickup is great, but Complexity still obviously in the driver's seat, and by I think a wide margin as well. It is a 4,000 net worth advantage early on in this game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I didn't think it was that bad.
You were not expecting that number.
I mean, 20 or 10k by like 25 minutes is usually where things get really bad.
Yeah.
So they're well on pace for that.
10k by 12 is kind of how it's looking if it continues on this trend, this trajectory. And I really wanted a good game, a good series to come out. I'm glad Complexity are performing well, but FDL are going to have to tighten up if they want to be able to even have a chance at taking this game and pushing it to Game 3. They do have good ultimates. They have Exorcism, they have Song, they have Finger later on down the road. He is level 5. The experience-wise, it's not like they're that far behind. And it was level 6 for the line last time around at level 12 minutes into the game, so at least that they have that going for them. But they can't really fight yet. Now they kind of just have to back up. There is going to be more pushing coming in though from Complexity, and for FDL, they could just continue to Splinter Blast. But with him losing out on all of his mana, there's not much he could do. So it's going to be level 1 Axis, which really doesn't do anything. And CC will get some room to work with mid and pop his Exorcism, but I don't know if he can even take the tower. If FDL, they do push back Complexity, but that means that this Exorcism is for nothing. So that's I think a smart play from Complexity there to make sure he gets something out of that ultimate.
So this Lich, level 6, as expected. The line in a much better position in this game. Like, both the supports from FDL are doing a much better job of grabbing their levels in this game. Like in the previous game, remember the Lion got his...
Yeah. CC. Doom on Nabisa, but it's only Swindles up here in the top lane. The Jug is rotating up, however. Now they need some help on Nabisa. They have the cold embrace. TP coming in from Chessie. Does take a lot of damage from those illusions of Riptide, but there's a lot of heroes from Complexity. Infernal Blade Bisa is going to get caught. No song ready, and he'll fall. Limp will grab that kill, and Franz will be next to go down as the Blade Fury comes through. It's a double for Limp, and Rolling Boulder, they're not done yet. Stand King avoids the Boulder Smash, but runs right into Z-Freak, and I think he's even going to find himself an ensnare, and of course, just chopped down by Complexity. 8-1 to score another tier 1 tower. It's not like this draft is bad. It's not like they're missing out on good heroes. It's just Complexity are overrunning FDL currently, Blitz. It's not great.
Yep. In this game, they've had none of it. They've just been...
Oh, they need that roar. They need roar. He doesn't have roar mana. He had to use the axes to cut the tree down. And MJW, can they get this kill? One more right click. The Crimson Guard is blocking all of the damage, and MJW will not find this. CC is now going to have to use his Spirit Siphon. No phase boots. There's no way he's making it through. He does have a Tango to eat his way out, but here comes Hanskin with a Frost Blast. He has no TP. CC is almost certainly dead in the dirt. He'll fall, he'll buy out, and it is 10-1, a dominating spree for Limp. Net worth-wise, Blitz, we're up to just about 10,000 now at 11 minutes into this game. Huh, indeed.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Please tell me.
bottom tower has
You
fallen.
want to play aggressively with this hero. Think about, just let's visualize fights, right? Your Death Prophet with treads. You pop your ulti, you have 900 HP. You're gonna get immediately bursted down if you don't have a Yule Scepter. Even if you have a Yule Scepter, if you get doomed up, what do you do in that position?
Yeah, it's just CC barely just got his treads. I mean, it comes back to him dying once or twice mid lane. It wasn't like I'm just surprised Limp had such a good laning experience going his way, and it was an impressive display. I really enjoyed watching Limp play in that mid lane on the Juggernaut. I guess Jug's just good in that mid lane. I thought that the advantage might go the way of the DP, but hold that thought as Bisa has scouted out Swindles. The song will go, and it's time for him to TP home. And now Z-Freak is in Vismid. Can Boulder smash up into... Well, actually, he's songed up Z-Freak, not that he knows. Bisa has been scouted out now, and they're going to find a kill on him, not only in the top lane, but instead in the mid lane. He does actually get off that mirror image, and he's doing some decent damage, but here comes the Chain Frost, bounces through. He'll get off the instant before it goes down. He's got the Winter's Curse. Bronze will have to use it on someone. He can't get it off in time, though, but they do find a kill on that hero bottom, Chessie, with the Exorcism, which is something. It's a dominating spree. That is 750 gold going the way of Scanking. Man, if they got that kill for the Death Prophet, they'd be actually in business. But CC, well, he's going to be sitting only at 600 gold. The Nature's Wrath flies through, doing a lot of damage to Scanking, who, by the way, picks up a Blink Dagger. But the push is coming in already. Chessie has a Maelstrom, man, and I just don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, they're losing their tier 2. Yeah, you got the Juggernaut. They're going to be pretty happy about that, but Limp's like, I don't care. It's like, we're taking everything right now. This Doom Swindles is incredibly farmed too, net worth-wise. 7.6k. Like, that's what happens when you max Devour, you get First Blood, and you have a good laning base.
Like, what do you even buy? I mean, does he just buy full mech? Does he buy, like, Flads? Rich, you go, like, Blink Dagger? Shadow Blade? Okay, it's a blank. I answer my own question, I suppose.
He can... I mean, he can buy whatever he wants.
He's a rich guy.
See, he didn't go for mech, by the way. It's just, if you're ahead with Doom and you can go Arcane Boots, like, more power to you, you know?
He seriously is ahead. There's no doubting that. And FDL, this is not the way they wanted to go out, and they're not done yet. They'll try their damnedest to at least keep their high ground in tow. And don't forget the threat of a late game Naga Siren, but the question is, do they get to the late game? There's going to be the rolling boulder in. Boulder smash, Bronze is going to be caught. He's got Cold Embrace, might actually be able to keep himself alive. Should use it here. Winter's Curse will go, but actually no follow-up damage as they didn't catch anybody in the AoE of it.
Songs
and so
down
Swiddles
too.
will walk out. And yeah, that's it. CC now has to TP home as he's out of mana. Jessica TP back mid as we speak. And I think you just go Roche, I think, right now. Is that the case here for Complexity?
I think you have so much map control that you can go for Roche and then go for high ground if you
Yeah.
want. Like, you want to go before this Naga gets any sort of item progression, though, is the main thing.
She's far away from Radiance. She's too far away from Radiance.
So when you have this kind of advantage, and you know that FDL is all in on this Naga Siren, push the pace.
Is there a situation in this game where this Naga doesn't go for Radiance and has to buy maybe a Diffusal or a Manta style to just actually be able to do damage, or do you have to go Radiance in this situation? Okay.
Because you're not fighting them anymore. The time for fighting is ended long, long ago.
I wouldn't even call it fighting when it happened. It was more, I guess, a one-sided fist fight, a slaughter, a bloodbath in the opposite direction. And Complexity will, again, they scan up on the Dire. They see that, guess what, someone's over there. It's Swindles walking through. They don't scan on the pit. Not that it would have worked. If they had scanned with maybe Swindles walking around, they might have found it, but I don't think they can really contest this anyways. In fact, I'm almost positive they can't contest this.
They know Roche is happening.
And they're walking sort of over there, not that they could do anything about it. And there's that. It's Roche going the way of Complexity, no questions asked, no... Well, they're going to try to go for a song. Oh my God. Can he do the damage? Oh, he gets the Aegis. He snatches it and gets, of course, the Roshan kill.
All right, he's
he has
gotta
no
get out
TP. I'm pretty sure he's dead, but he does get up to 3,000 gold at the very least. But he's going to lose a lot of that, I'm sure. If he had a
You
TP
can't afford
scroll,
to die.
If he had a TP scroll, this would have been great, but
Oh, this is even better for coL.
they're
They,
totally
they
fine
wanted
with
a
this.
Roche kill, but instead they picked up a Naga. Like, yeah, it slows down your high ground, but at the same time, the overall plan is better.
I will say that he did get a lot of gold from that Roche kill. It wasn't enough, though. He did have 3,100. He needed to be able to TP out and save that and get to the relic, and now he's dead for 27 seconds without farming. That's a Yules that is now done for the Death Prophet, so there is something going their way. But again, the other items going for complexity are just Mjolnir from Chessie. Hanskin has a Midas. Olymp has got a only phase drum, actually. Where's the rest of his items?
He has something coming. Yasha? No,
I
he's gonna
hope
go
so.
for first. The booster coming in for Hanskin. Like, their supports are even getting really farmed. There's almost a mech completed on their Earth Spirit, which will counter a lot of that Naga's farm. Like, the initial Radiance doesn't bother you. The mech and a healing ward, like, what are you supposed to do against that?
Hex or Spike Swindles, they're going to use Exorcism for this. He's got TP in 5. He's
This
popped
is
the
a pretty
Crimson
big
Guard.
kill.
They even use the finger, and they'll find it. But that is now Exorcism down, and with it, they should probably think about pushing up to mid on the side. Well, on the side of complexity.
Push out the side lanes first, wait
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Swindles to be alive. They still have that tier 2 at bottom, but Chessie might go down here.
Roar's coming out. They even
Oh,
pop the
this is a
Necro
huge
2.
kill.
Mana Bird's coming through. Mjolnir's going to get off in time. Do they have the damage? Another Radiant team is coming in. They're keeping out. The Necro Archer will do it. And a W. He gets the drive-by kill. He gets it done. That's another big one. 753 gold going the way of the Beastmaster. That is now Necro 3 that he has purchased up, and they're working on the tier 1 top of Chessie, or rather, excuse me, CC&C needs to leave as Hanskin is hunting him down. Although the silence will come up, and there's that TP, and of course no Chain Frost in time. TP came through from Z-Freak looking for a Boulder Smash, as you talked about. His mech's almost completed. So they get a couple of kills, Blitz, and there's that, but it's just... They need way more. Again, it's a lot like last game. They need way more. They need way more.
And they're kind of starting to string together things, though, and that's always going to be a positive sign that they're starting to make things happen around the map. I'm okay so far with how the progression has been since that Roche fight. Like, they've picked off 2 heroes. They've actually, that doubles their... So things are somewhat okay-ish, I think is the best way to put it. Like, things are far from good, but they're getting there. Like, they're getting there. And I think that's commendable. Like, the fact that they're battling back.
They're tiptoeing their way back into this game. 8,000 net worth advantage going for complexity. Still, it was at one point almost 12,000, and actually for the past, I'd call it almost 11 minutes, or not 9 minutes, they've been keeping this game even for the most part. They've plateaued it with a couple of dips, a couple of valleys and peaks. For the most part, this game has been even, but this is where it gets tricky. Exorcism down for 22 seconds. They should still have Aegis, I believe. No, it was, I can't remember. It was taken by the Naga Siren. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired, I suppose. But Song is up. At the very least, they can hold this out for another 10 seconds. Limp will take some serious damage from Riptide. He's going to go ahead and use his healing ward. Split push bottom lane coming out from the side of MJW with Necro 3. Hasn't popped it yet. Tier 3 tower mid lane, not half health yet. And complexity, not successful in this siege, and it looks like they might even just, they're not going to push with this next creep wave. They're going to back up and keep the side lanes pushed out, as you've talked about earlier.
Yeah, just continue to hold, defend as much as you possibly can, and delay the game. That's
Okay.
FDL's gameplay.
Okay, Radiance obviously is not the end-all be-all. It's a good item, but it's not the item that wins you the game. It'll help a lot for Visa, but how much will this Radiance do for them as we get to that point?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They did go
attack.
Midases for coL, by the way. They picked up one for Swindles, and they obviously had the one for Hanskin, so they have 2 Midases, not on the best late game heroes, but they do have those Midases to secure themselves, and they are going Battle Fury from them. So they've realized that, yes, we did have this amazing early game advantage that is starting to plateau off, as I've mentioned, to 10,000 net worth, but can they finish the game off earlier, or will they just have to wait? And if they do have to wait, then of course they have that late game potential to go their way.
I don't know. coL doesn't really want to drag this game out. Just because if you have a lead like this, there's only potential to lose it more than anything. Like, you want to be able to snowball this. These mini pickoffs especially aren't helping them. Like, how many positions do you want to be in where FDL just gets a kill and keeps giving you 1,000 gold until they come back into the game, right? It happens very quickly.
Yeah. It could happen again soon, as MJW is setting up for a gank bottom. No boots of travel though, and Swindles isn't really the best target either. Not to mention his Crimson Guard, which is amazing against Necros. But top lane, jumping, Stan King finds back onto Chessie, gets the silence off though from Z-Freak, and now he's the one in trouble. Magnetize will even go in. A couple of right clicks with Mjolnir will get the job done for Chessie as he gets Mjolnir's charge coming in just to secure that kill. But here comes bottom. Swindlemelon's doomed up MJW. He did get the Necros off, and actually Swindles is completely out of mana. But MJW might die to this, and they're going to drop down that Winter's Curse because they need to get out. MJW might not be so lucky. The TPs will come through, and they will both survive. But they actually feed away the Necro units in what was, I guess, a gank that was trying to go their way, and they've been successful in doing so.
Alright, so now FDL... I mean, they forced the Doom out, at least.
Sure.
That's kind of a positive sign.
They have Radiance, too.
Yeah, they've got Radiance. So now the real game begins for Complexity against this Naga, who is starting to catch up in...
We could very well see this drag on to 16 minutes, Will. We might be here a while. Or it could just end in the next 5 minutes, one of the two. But... well.
I think right now in this game... if you're playing as Complexity, it's kind of weird because their high ground is not that great. You have the treants, yes, but you have to look for pickoff. And right now, FDL aren't giving them big pickoffs anymore. It's just that Roche fight, they've only lost supports.
Yeah. I agree, and you're right about the high ground push from Complexity. They don't have Necros, they don't have an Assault Cuirass, they have no... treants. Yeah, that's really it, and that's not a lot of damage, especially without an Aghanim Scepter. He went Mjolnir. He went for more damage, which is very good against the illusions of Visa when it gets to that point later on into the game. I like what MJW and FDL are doing, though. They're waiting for someone to TP down bottom and defend this. And here it comes. It's going to be Chessie, and they have Roar. Does MJW have a blink? I don't think he needs it. He's going to Blade Fury, though. He's going to clean this up. TP's coming in. Roar's going to go. There's the silence. Exorcism's up the finger. They blow him up. He's got buyback. He might have to use it here. Crimson Guard goes through. Stan King already keeping out CC. It looks like he will fall, however. He'll use himself. Z-Freak. Can he get another one? Crypt Swarm. He'll find it. Spirit Siphon doing some work. Chessie's low. The Chain Blast will finally bring him down. It is a 2-for-2 as Stan King did go down in the end. And Bisa gets the tier 1 tower mid. Okay, I see you, FDL. We're not done yet. We are still in this blitz.
Yeah, this game is sort of kind of turning around right now for FDL. Like, no kidding. The Death Prophet has an okay amount of farm and levels now. She's on par with the Jug in terms of levels. And she's even ahead of the Nature's Prophet. She's even with the Doom that has a Midas and Devour. Like, this game's perfectly fine for her right now. And even more importantly, the Naga Siren just continues to get farm during that entire time. Like, the best part is when you don't have to commit Bisa to a fight.
Yep. His boots of travel are done. He's gonna ferry him out, disassemble his arcanes, get himself an energy booster, which will turn himself into an Octarine core at some point in time. He messed up the assembly. Oh no, he has it on, not on the courier. I think he actually dropped the Foreman shield instead. He has the Gem of True Sight now, is actually the item that he's chose. By the way, where's this 12,000 net worth advantage coming from? Because I mean, for the cores, they're all kind of close with the exception of MJW. Maybe it's not that close. It's just that there's a 1 to 2k advantage, I think, on every hero in the game for Complexity. Maybe that's it.
It's also because the Beastmaster doesn't have that much.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really need anything. Like, BM is insane because with Necro 3, you can almost kill anybody.
I think if he had a Blink Dagger, this game would get a lot easier because they've set up a lot of kills. And unfortunately, some of them have missed, some of them have been successful, but a blink would certainly help. And there is now a Shiva's Guard coming out for Swindles, which is some more armor for himself. And he already has ice armor with the ability that he's chosen with his Devour, and not to mention Crimson Guard. I'm sure he will sell, I don't know, what do you sell for your Shivas actually in this situation? Maybe you just drop your TP and then I guess deal with that later. Well, anyway.
I think you sell the Midas.
Is it early, though?
No. That's the issue. It's Gem.
Give it to the Jug, perhaps. He's got an open slot.
Yeah, but he dies so fast, too.
That's true.
And Limp's gonna get a Butterfly now. This game is weird because complexity is such a huge advantage. Like, this is not a minor advantage, but they just can't really end the game. So that's why they went for the Roshan. But I think if they go for this Roshan right here, things are going to get really awkward because they already know, like, Bisa will commit to sleep to it.
That and, well, if FDL go for the fight, it could be their demise.
Oh, bottom again. Maybe they just
They're
pick
setting
a
up,
kill
and
like this.
Hanskin's yet to die, and this might be his first death of the game. Blink, Earth Spike, the Hex should come through. They have Roar, but actually, where's MJW? The finger comes out, and they can't get the kill. One more right click, he gets it done. Yes, but he will end up trading his life. That's fine. Completely fine.
Oh, at bottom though.
Under attack.
They did find
gets
MJW.
out.
No, he gets the Roar off, and he gets it done. The TP comes through. Swindles not able to get the Infernal Blade to stop the TP.
That's a 600 like net worth swing. every
And the
single
Tier 1
time.
tower is dead top as well.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top tower
like Bisa's just taking advantage of all the space that his team is making because if you're complexity, you don't feel comfortable being as 4. Like you want to stick together as 5 to make sure.
I will say though that it looks like Complexity will take this Roche. Song is up, but Bisa is nowhere near to be able to actually Song and steal the Roche again. And even if he was, it would be another questionable decision because he would probably die once more. So this is where if you're Complexity Blitz, I think you try to push up high ground here. You again push up the side lanes and then go for a push with the Aegis. And again, they don't have the best push, but I feel like they kind of have to do something here.
They don't have to, but at the same time, you just don't want to get to a point where this Naga can threaten you. That's the major thing right now for complexity. Like they don't want to have to go around the map chasing this Naga. Their lineup is okay at dealing with split push, but at the same time, like it's just unnecessary. Like complexity want to end this game sooner than later.
CC's
have
actually
the
gonna have
high
Octarine pretty soon, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, he's had a really good comeback game overall.
Limp will be building the Butterfly. In fact, he is not far off. 1,600 gold in the bank with Talisman of Evasion being, what, 1,800 roughly? Not that I can remember.
Yeah. I think they should push the pace anyways, though. I don't think you have to wait. I think you just go for it. Push out the lanes as much as you can, then go.
And the more time you give to FDL, the more time you give them to get back into this game, which, I mean, they haven't really made any progress into that net worth crap. It's still a 12,000 net worth advantage, but as the game goes longer, if it stays at 12,000, then that's not that big of a lead because there's just more gold in the game. So
It's this
they'll
15k XP difference that I'm more worried about.
Well, why are you worried about the experience in this situation?
Well, because your supports are just going to get really far behind on FDL.
They are far behind as we speak,
Yeah.
and that's where their damage comes from too, for the most part.
Alright, so Nature's Prophet is going to push out all the side lanes, which is a good thing. Doom is trying to get something going for his team, but unfortunately for them, not a whole lot to be done. Jug's gonna fully complete his butterfly right now, and I think that might prompt them to go for that.
Yeah, that might be the item with the Aegis up as well. It comes down to withstanding the Aegis. If you're FDL, it's easier said than done, and they put themselves in this position, but they do send back the hero. It is Chessie, of course, and if he walks out, and I think Chessie knows this, if he walks out and he gets roared, and he may be in some trouble if there's another hero there to help out with the finger, say, from Stand King. But for now, it looks like MJW is backed up. Boulder Smash, Geomagnetic Grip, they're clearing out the mid lane. Splinter Blast doing the job to also clear out the creep wave. Very good D push from FDL, by the way.
Alright, so now Jug.
Oh, Exorcism, Swindle's caught.
Oh.
Shiva's guard will go, he's bounced up, he's got the
Swindles.
Crimson guard up, and Swindles will fall. That is beautiful, as FDL will now successfully hold. There's no way you push up into the high ground without your Doom. He's dead for 60. They're on the hunt. Stand King has been found, but Hanskin, he's going to get hexed up. Earth Spike. Oh, Chessie gets off that Orchid Malevolence. Now there's going to be a force away. FDL don't need to fight this. Chain Frost. There's the Winter's Curse. Hanskin will take some damage. No Mjolnir procs, and actually will only take half damage in terms of HP, so it's a 1-for-1 exchange, and Exorcism will be down soon. Bisa does have Song of the Siren. If need be, his Octarine core is being completed very soon as we speak as well. And bottom is pushed again. MJW going for that push once more, Blitz.
Yeah, they're doing all the right things right now. FTL are just making this game hard for complexity to just outright take. I think this will prompt the Doom to just go for it. I really like this choice by him, by the way, to go for the Boots of Travels, because he instantly wants to get there. Like, they don't want to have to deal with this game anymore. MJW even going to be forced to back, doesn't have those necrobooks, so no split push going to come out anyways, which is going to mean FDL, they might finally have to take a fight.
Ensnare, there is an Aegis up on Limp. He has the healing ward up in 16 seconds. No
I don't want to
dazzle
just
this
lose
game.
the Aegis though.
No Shadow Wave. Riptide doing some serious work. Splinter Blast. Good Guardian Greaves and earned up to keep him up and alive. And Limp now needs to be careful with how he approaches these next couple of seconds. Force away from Franz. CC still at this tower now. Crypt Swarm coming through. Z-Freak of the crew. Now grouping up, there's the healing ward. That needs to die for FDL in order to be able to take this fight. Song of the Siren, he's going to go kill it. No, it dies to the tower. They don't even have to do the work, but Song is only going to keep this alive for a little bit moment longer. And there's going to be the Blade Fury coming through. Aegis timing. Right now, we're still 40 seconds away from that Aegis to go down. And I don't know if your Complexity, you got to be careful. They're already TPing back Chessie. They know this. They should. Well, they don't see him yet, but he's purchased it up with BKB. Now it's a huge item choice, and he's TP'd right back in with that BKB now newly minted. Limp will go to work. Silences up. Crypt Swarm comes through. They just is now. They get off a great Winter's Curse, but it's only onto one with Limp, and now it's just not enough damage. The Earth Spike hit. Can they break down Swindles? They need a finger. They won't find it. They find the Roar instead. Necro units will bring him down, though. He should fall. No,
oh, he's not dead.
Guard. He stays alive. It's not enough. So they take down one on, of course, the Winter Wyvern. The Beastmaster does have buyback. Might have to use it. They used a lot there to try to find that engagement. And Complexity will back up and regroup. Aegis is gone. Aegis is gone, I believe, for Limp, so they need to be careful with how they approach this. Exorcism, no more Song. They have enough money for the Octarine core. Splinter Blast comes in, but he's saving for buyback. This is the most critical juncture of the game. There's the jump in, the Doom comes out onto CC. Force back, Nature's Wrath comes in, he's in trouble, and he will fall. He does have buyback. Gets off the cold embrace, not dead yet, but they will lose the racks. One set of racks down. MJW looking for Swindles, no more Roar for 27 seconds. He's got Blink and Chase down, but I think that's going to be the end of it. Without that Aegis, they don't want to push their luck too much. So luckily, FDL don't have to buy back on CC. They don't have to buy back on Bisa, who has finished up his Octarine core, and they are one set of racks down. But Blitz, that's not everything.
No, it's really not. It's just kind of annoying more than anything, because you have this Naga Siren who's got the Octarine core, like things are perfectly okay for. You really just are annoyed more than anything if you're Complexity, because they never expected this game to even go 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was never their intention.
Advantages though, like their Complexity, make no mistake about it, they're still very far ahead.
Exactly. And even if this Naga gets farmed, it's still a lot of work that Bisa has to do for them to keep this game even. Game 3 seems unlikely, and it's seemed unlikely for the longest time in this game. And with a set of racks down now, it's even more unlikely. But FDL will smoke up together as a squad and look for a pickoff potential. And down bottom, the Swindles might be that target. He's died 3 times, and it might be a 4th as they're heading right for him. Blink up, Roar, they'll find it. Swindle's going to get caught. Necro's up, Mana Burn, they're going to get the Hex off. TP's going to be coming through from the Nature's Prophet. There's the Earth Spike. They even use the Fail into the Finger. They'll drop him down. Now, I have to commit a couple of big abilities there, especially the Finger of Death, and Roar, but they are secured in making sure Swindles is down for the next 64 seconds. For Complexity, I'd imagine you mean?
Yeah. Just things are just kind of risky right now because FDL, like, they can just continue to play this annoying game where MJW sends his Necrobooks and his Boars bottom, and Bisa can just keep sending those Illusions bottom, and Complexity are just like, they're getting poked at, like, repeatedly. The pokes are getting stronger and stronger with more frequency. So I think if you're FDL, you just continue this style, like try to frustrate Complexity, make them go for these long objectives, like make these pushes just excruciating. At the same time though, like the pace of the game is still very much in their favor. If it only takes you an Aegis every single time to go high ground, you're okay with that, because it's a bother, but at the same time you know that at some point FDL has to beat you in a straight up fight.
I mean, it comes down to one team fight inside the base. If Complexity take one team fight inside of the base, even if there is buyback, the damage that'll be done to the racks, to the tier 4 towers will be pretty ridiculous. Bisa is snare up on the limp, but he needs to be careful. They were looking for that. No, the Exorcism was popped for FDL, and now they have to commit to a fight. CC's looking for the Yules. He'll find it, but I don't know about this engagement. They're going to back up together, and FDL, that is a big
Complexity
usage.
can just go for right now.
It's 100 seconds now for that exorcism to be back up, and they will go for, they'll group up, they'll make sure those creep waves are pushed out both bottom and top, and they will start this push. They can wait for Rosh, it is actually up in 10 seconds, and then maybe they'll go for the high ground here. And this might be the biggest mistake that FDL have made in this tournament so far, with CC going for that exorcism. It's still up, and it'll be up in 60 seconds. TP top lane, Stan King waiting, it looks like is maybe? No, he's about to be scouted if he's not careful.
Yeah, Radiant just used scan. You're gonna
He
know
needs
about
to
this
leave.
line.
He
Force
needs to
staff
leave.
too.
He's not forcing.
coL are just gonna push out the lanes. I think that CC's ulti is gonna be up, but at the same time, like Roshan's up now too. They should scout this out with the boar, or the hawk, I mean, on the side of the Beastmaster, and they are right now. So Complexity should just hop in there, check for the Roshan. They'd see that it's up. They've got a BKB now.
Well, they have a tree in there. They know that it's up.
Yeah. So now they just walk in. They can do Roshan of their own. FDL, I don't think this is a Roshan they can give up just because Complexity will immediately go high ground
Exorcism
right
is
after
still
this.
down for 25, even with Song. I don't know, and it's falling quickly with Bloodthorn now on top of it. They have, of course, plenty of damage from Lip at the Battle Fury and the Butterfly.
Alright, here we go.
This is going to be tricky. There's the Winter's Curse on the Chesty. Is it going to be enough damage? If it's not, they have the Earthquake on top. Chain Frost will fly through. There's the finger. Not done yet. He has that healing
that
ward. It
healing
should be
ward.
fine. They have already brought down MJW. Bisa is, of course, doomed up. He'll fall. Swindles gets it done, and CC now getting chased down. Even with Exorcism, he'll fall. No buyback for either of those heroes. And that might have been it. They fought their hearts out, Blitz, but it's just not meant to be. As Complexity look like that's it. GG's
Yeah, they just
called,
got it.
and they'll move on. TI berth secured for Complexity Gaming.
You relax at, but at the same time, just getting to TI for Complexity, I think is going to be... I mean, I still think they should be commended. Back-to-back qualifiers, they've gone top 4 this time around. They were one best of 3 away from getting to a TI, so I don't think they necessarily have to be too sad about it. And Complexity now they've got to rack their brains and try to beat DC in a best of 5.
That's the tricky part. Is Digital Chaos 2 owed them earlier in